Hey YouTube, and welcome back to the Sneaky V YouTube channel. Last time I had you guys here, I was up north in my storage unit explaining to you guys that I was planning on either going on hiatus or bringing my engine down south to my sister's house to work on it. Well, I managed to get my engine down here to work on it, so here I am. While I'm down here, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get it put in. And to do that, I need to go ahead and get my clutch installed. As I was explaining to you guys last time, the reason that I couldn't install my clutch then was because of my flywheel. So I ordered a new flywheel. This is a perfectly flat flywheel. The other one had little steps going around the edge here, which wouldn't be compatible with my clutch. So I had to order a new one of those, and it came. I got it installed. You guys have already seen how I installed a flywheel, so I'm not going to do that again. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the clutch. Uh, Now, like I was saying the last time, this is a dual clutch setup. That means it has two of these friction discs here. One goes directly on the flywheel here. I think if you have a single disc clutch, you'll have well, obviously you'll only have one of these and it'll only go to the flywheel. But for um, this one goes to the flywheel here and just kind of sits up there. And then you have this plate that goes on top of it. Now this is a friction surface. This plate has a friction surface on it, and this is one of two. So basically this just goes over the first friction disc here and bolts in with a few of these little bolts here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in to secure it in place for now, because I need my other hand free, because these bolts need to be thread locked in. So I didn't do that first one, but I am going to do this one. The first one's just there to hold it in place for now, and I'll come back to it. So that's one. Let's get one at the top with thread locker on it. I can go back and take care of this one. Three thread locks. And what thread lock does is just prevents this thing from vibrating the bolts out. It locks the bolts in place, but not like very tightly like you would have with red thread locker. It locks them in place and keeps the vibrations from working them out. Get these in. It's my neighbor's barking dog. They never stop barking. They're a pain in the ass. And this is number 5. I need one more. And it goes here. So those first 6 bolts there just hold the first little friction surface on. And I'm going to tighten those down by hand real quick. These are 3/8 inch bolts. So let's go ahead and tighten those in. And last one. Now, these actually torque down to 26 foot-pounds, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well, because there's no sense in waiting to do it. Let's see what's going on. So get these torqued down to 26 foot-pounds. Start with this top one here and go in a crisscross pattern, not crisscross, but star pattern. And finally this one. So that's all 6 of those torqued down to 26 foot-pounds. And at this point, this first friction disc here should still be spinning, as you can see. So that's good. So the next thing I want to do is put my second friction disc on. And I don't think it's going to slide over my alignment tool here. And over it goes my second friction surface here, which clamps down on this, and it has the pressure plate on top of it, which sandwiches this whole thing together and puts pressure on it so that these friction discs here don't move when the clutch is not pressed in. It's supposed to clamp down what I think somewhere around 2300 psi. So like when that clutch is released, these aren't going anywhere. So I think this will just go right on over this. Yep. And let's go ahead and get one of my little bolts here ready to go with some thread locker. And get this one on. While I don't think it was quite as important to do this one in the crossways pattern, this one is sprung, so it's pretty important to do it in the crisscross pattern when you go to tighten it down. So let's get this up here and bolt it on. And it's a little bit hard to do because I only have 2 hands. So let's get the other 5 in place, and then we can torque them down. So now, once this one's in place, these clutch discs in there, they shouldn't move at all. Actually, they don't move right now. My alignment tool is just moving a little bit. Just make sure that stays in pretty well and is aligned. And get the rest of these bolts in. If you ever take a clutch off, as you unbolt this pressure plate here, you'll actually see the fingers move out a little bit. But since it's going to be moving so slow here, you're not going to really be able to see it. So get that in. 2 more, and then I can start torquing them down. Really, those dogs just never stop barking. Like, it's so aggravating. 2 more. And 1 more. Got to be careful with my thread locker stuff here. It's expensive. This little tube costs $8. This tiny tube cost me $8. Alright, so got those in place. Now I can torque them down. These are 5/16 bolts. And I'm gonna turn my crank here so that I have one directly at the 12 o'clock position, so that I know my starting point. Alright, so I'm gonna start at 12 o'clock here. And get it tightened down so it's touching 6 o'clock. Tighten it down so it's touching as well. 5 o'clock. And 7 o'clock. Three o'clock. And 10 o'clock. And now I can start actually torquing them down. These are also torqued to 26 foot-pounds. So I'm going to give them a few turns at a time so as not to get it too off canter. Let's make sure this slides in and out pretty easy. Actually, it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to loosen these back up and readjust that. So where's my thing? Alright, let's try this again. It's a little better. It should allow me to get my transmission on and off pretty easy, or on. So let's go back through and tighten these down again. And I think this is going to be my final torque down here. So I'm going to go all the way to 26 foot-pounds with this last one. And this one. This one. And finally, and that's it. Clutch is on. Alignment tool, Slides in and out pretty easily. Pilot bearings in. I didn't show you guys that I put the pilot bearing in because it's a pain in the ass to get in. And transmission is ready to go on. I've already test fitted the transmission. The bell housing fits. The transmission fits. It plugs down into there. And I think basically here on out, I'm gonna try to be getting this engine into my car, but first I've got to take the old one out. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I gotta get a drive shaft, but I can't get my drive shaft made until I actually get the engine in because I don't know how long it's gonna need to be until I get everything in place. And after that, I think I still need to get my exhaust system because I don't want to be riding around here just like straight header dumping out into the atmosphere because that's pretty loud and that'll get you pulled over by the police. I don't want to get pulled over by the police. But other than that, I think this thing is about ready to go. I've seen it run. I fit up the transmission and everything. I think the only thing really left to do is get it into the car. So be on the lookout for that. And be sure to send your friends my way if you think they would like this kind of content. Hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you later.